Hey everyone, and welcome. If you've ever glanced at Microsoft Azure's AI services and just felt overwhelmed by all the options, you are definitely in the right place. So today, we're going to jump right in and demystify this powerful ecosystem. We'll figure out how to take your brilliant ideas and turn them into seriously intelligent applications.
Think about it for a second. You see a jacket you love, you snap a quick photo, and boom! An app tells you exactly what it is and where to buy it. How on earth does that actually work? Well, it kind of feels like magic, but it's really the power of AI. And we're going to use that exact example, our cool e-commerce app, to guide us through the world of Azure.
All right, so here's the game plan. First, we'll peek inside Azure's AI toolbox. Then, we'll look at the two main roads you can take to get your project built. After that, we'll follow the journey of a custom AI model from start to finish, see what actually makes it run, and finally, bring it all together to help you decide which path is the right one for you. Okay, first things first, let's open up that toolbox. And the key thing to get right off the bat is that Azure isn't just some long menu of services you pick from. It's much more like a set of Lego bricks, powerful, individual building blocks that you can snap together to create pretty much any AI solution you can dream up. And when I say complete, I mean it. This is a true ecosystem. It doesn't matter if you're a data scientist with years of experience or a developer who's just dipping their toes into AI. Azure has all the integrated tools you need for the whole shebang, from storing your data to training your models to getting them out into the real world. It's all designed to just work together.
So you've got this great idea for our photo recognition app. And right away, you hit the first big fork in the road. This is probably the most important decision you'll make. It's that classic question, do you build it from scratch or do you buy something that's ready to go? This choice is going to shape your entire project.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. Let's think about it this way. On the left, you've got cognitive services. This is like walking into a store and buying a really high-quality, off-the-rack suit. It looks great, it gets the job done for most common situations, and you can wear it today. On the right, you have Azure Machine Learning. That's your bespoke, custom-tailored suit. It's going to take more time, more specific measurements, which is your data, and more expertise. But the final result? It's a perfect, one-of-a-kind fit for your unique problem.
To really get a feel for the difference, let's actually walk down that build path together. We're going to go get that custom-tailored suit made. We'll follow the entire journey of our model, from just a pile of raw data all the way to a working feature in our app. And here's the thing, no matter how ridiculously complex an AI model gets, its journey always boils down to these three fundamental steps. You got to get your data in and clean it up. Then you have to teach the model what to look for, and finally, you have to put it somewhere so your app can actually talk to it.
Right. Before we can do any of the cool AI magic, we need the raw ingredients. For our app, that means tons and tons of photos, maybe thousands, maybe millions of them. All that data needs a safe, secure place to live, where we can get to it easily. And that's exactly what services like Azure Blob Storage are for. It's the foundation for everything that comes next.
Okay, so once our data is all settled in its new home, it's time to head into the workshop. And that workshop is Azure Machine Learning, or AML. This is the main hub, the workbench, where data scientists get their hands dirty. They can experiment, they can tinker, and they can feed our model all those photos, training it again and again until it becomes an expert at spotting that one specific style of jacket. AML is what manages the entire life of our custom model.
All right, so our data scientist has done it. We have this brilliant model that's an expert at recognizing products. But now what? I mean, a trained model just sitting on a hard drive is pretty useless, right? It needs to be put to work. It needs power, a brain, a way to connect to our app so it can serve up those predictions to users instantly. And that is where compute comes into play.
And Azure gives you a few really powerful ways to do this. If your app is going to be huge, with millions of users hitting it all the time, you'll want the massive, always-on power of something like Azure Kubernetes Service. But what if you only need the prediction once in a while? Well, then a serverless tool like Azure Functions is perfect, because you only pay for the split second it's actually running. And of course, if you need absolute, granular control over every little thing, you can always go with a classic virtual machine.
Okay, let's take a breath. We just went on the whole custom journey. We got the data, we went to the workshop, we trained the model, and we gave it a place to live and work. Now, let's circle all the way back to that first critical decision. How do we know if all that work was the right path for us?
And this table just lays it all out perfectly. Look, if your app just needs to spot general things like a car or a tree, a pre-built cognitive service is going to be your best friend. It's incredibly fast, and you don't need a PhD in AI to use it. But If you need to identify your company's specific brand of jacket from your new fall collection, well, that's a unique problem. That requires high customization. So you just have to ask yourself one question. Is my problem general or is it specific? The answer points you right to the solution.
And that's really the most important thing to remember here. The whole point of the Azure ecosystem isn't that one path is better than the other. It's about giving you the flexibility to choose the right tool for the job. It's about making sure you have a solution, whether you need that ready-to-wear suit or the one that's custom-made. So, we'll leave you with this thought. We've toured the workshop, we've seen the building blocks, and we've understood the two big philosophies. The question isn't what can Azure do anymore. The real question is, what amazing problem are you going to solve with it?